Hey, what's up everyone? We're in day 5 today with a scripture out of the book of Genesis chapter 17 verse 17, and maybe the most famous or well-known story of doubt in all of the scriptures on the life of Abraham. So here's what it says. It says, "Then Abraham bowed down to the ground, but he laughed to himself in disbelief. How could I become a father at the age of 100, he thought, and how can Sarah have a baby when she is 90 years old?" Think about that. Having a child when you're 190. Like, that's impossible. There's no way it could happen, right? And here's what the devotion says. God has a funny way of forging faith in our lives while eradicating doubt. Sometimes he makes a promise that is so outlandish, so unbelievable, that when it comes true, we know it had to be God. But until it comes true, we feel sort of like Abraham, laughing in disbelief. Sometimes the miracle we're hoping for, the breakthrough we're in need of, or the promise we've been holding on to feels so impossible that we can't help but doubt it. Given that the nature of doubt is to question the truth or validity of something, it's hard to maintain belief in that something until it actually comes true. The absurdity of what we're believing for can create doubt in us, but it can also prove God's love for us. I love the way that ends, and if just kind of to remind you, what we're talking about here is, where does doubt come from? And I think one of the things that we don't always take into account is that doubt will often arise as we believe for something that seems outlandish or seems impossible, or seems like there's no reason to believe for that. And so that's where doubt creeps in, and doubt can kind of come in those moments. But as the writing says, it says, while that can create doubt in us, it can also prove God's love for us. Because you know how loved Abraham and Sarah felt when they finally had their son? When they finally had, Isaac right there in their hands? And, when God gave them that child, and they held that baby for the first time. In that moment of doubt, when they laughed, and they're just like, God, there's no way this is going to happen. There's no way this could be possible for us. They felt like idiots. But then when she got pregnant and when they held that child for the first time in their arms, they must have just been overcome, not just by the love they had for the child, but the love that they realized God had for them. Because God loved them so much that he was going to fulfill something in them, something they wanted, something they desperately were in search of. Yet only God could bring the answer. And I hope and believe that that's going to be true for your circumstance as well. That as foolish and as outlandish as it may seem, as it may feel, that God has something for you, that God has something in your life that he wants to bless you with, that's going to reveal the depth and the greatness of his love for you in your life. So my prayer for you today is that you would feel that love even in the smallest form, but that you would hold on to that hope, that when it comes through, it will reveal God's love for you in a greater way than you could have ever imagined. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you back here tomorrow.